Hey Misfits. I want to talk about something that doesn't get talked about. My cat is being herself. Okay, let's try this again. I want to talk about something that doesn't get framed correctly a lot of the time, especially when trauma is involved. Adulting isn't about being responsible or disciplined or having your shit together. Adulting is self-trust in action. And if you struggle with basic life stuff, feeding yourself, keeping up with tasks, maintaining your space, handling your responsibilities, that is not a personal failure. That is not laziness. That is not a character flaw. That is dysregulation. If you grew up in chaos, neglect, abuse, or instability, taking care of yourself can actually feel unsafe. Even if you want to do better, even when you're trying. So if you ever felt like basic life things take all of your energy, you're not broken. There's a reason for that. For a long time, I thought there was something wrong with me. Why does everything feel so hard? Why does one small thing knock me out for the day? Why do I feel overwhelmed by the things that other people seem to handle just fucking fine? And the truth is, trauma taught my nervous system that the world was not safe. So my body stayed in survival mode. And when you're in survival mode, everything feels urgent. Everything feels heavy. Small problems feel massive. And sometimes massive problems don't even register because you're so shut down, you can't access them. I lived most of my life bouncing between completely desensitized and overly sensitive. And that's not random. That's trauma. Here's the internal shift, though, that changed everything for me. I realized I am the conductor of this fucking train. For most of my life, trauma had me believing that my life was in someone else's hands, someone else's mood, someone else's approval, someone else's choices. Trauma convinces you that you don't have that power. And that's a fucking lie. The reality is, I am the reason that my life is calm or chaotic. I am the reason that things get handled or avoided. I am the one in control. And when that clicked, not intellectually, but internally, that was powerful as fuck. Because that's when you start returning to yourself. I also realized something else. When your needs aren't handled, your wants feel overwhelming and they feel undeserved. Especially if you grew up hearing you were too much or that your needs didn't matter or that comfort was something that you had to earn. So a lot of us aren't just skipping our wants, we're skipping our needs too. And then we wonder why everything feels impossible. Meeting your needs isn't indulgent, it's safety. And when you don't feel safe, executive function shuts down. That's where depression, dysfunction, and burnout live. Adulting isn't about pushing harder. It's about creating enough safety that your system can actually function. Healing doesn't make me happy all the time. I want to be very clear about that. Healing did not turn me into some eternally positive, blissful person that never has bad days. What healing did was make me stable enough to survive all the unhappy fucking moments of my life. Before healing, a bad day meant my life is shit. Everything is falling apart. This will never fucking get better. Now, a bad day is just a fucking bad day. It's uncomfortable. It sucks. And it passes. It's not the end of the world. And that shift alone, it changed my entire fucking life. I also need to say this, because it matters. I don't teach trauma from theory alone. I teach trauma from survival and integration. I didn't just learn all of this from books. I lived it. I have suffered it. I worked my way out of it. So if I suggest a practice, it's because I have done it. If I'm educating, I'll tell you that too. I do not offer guidance. I have not tried myself. And that matters, because lived experience hits differently than theory ever will. I used to be very, why me? Why does this keep happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? That mindset kept me stuck for a very long time. Now, when something happens, my response is different. This happened. It's not personal. Now I need to take care of it. That's not cold, it's just regulated. Trauma makes everything feel catastrophic. Healing brings things back to their actual size. Healing is not easy. It is not fast. It is not linear. There is no point where, okay, I'm done. When I say healing can be lifelong, I don't mean that you'll suffer forever. I mean, you build skills, awareness, and self-trust that you keep using onward. And the good news is, once you're out of constant misery, life gets a hell of a lot better. And even when things hurt, you know you can handle it. It's something I've said since I was a small child, and it's still true today. No one's coming. Save yourself. That's not hopeless. That's empowering. Knowledge is power. The more you understand what's happening inside of you, the less controlled you are by it. Trauma thrives in confusion. Healing thrives in awareness. If all you can do right now is handle one need, that counts. This isn't about hustle. It's about safety. And if you want to heal, if you genuinely want to, that's the only thing you need to start. I am not special. There's nothing extra about me that made healing possible. I just reached a point in my life that I did not want to live like that anymore. It was enough is enough. I just can't. And that choice changed fucking everything. I'm Shauna Korn of Shauna Korn Mind Shift Coaching, a trauma recovery coach, health and life certified trauma-informed care practitioner, and therapeutic arts facilitator. Basically a life skills facilitator. If this video resonated with you, could you please do me a favor and hit the buttons, share it with your friends, share it with anyone that you feel could benefit from hearing what I had to say. My information doesn't get out there unless you put it out there. Me uploading is only half the battle. The rest of it is on you guys. Interacting, commenting, sharing. That's how these videos get out there. Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a great day. Love you, Misfits.